John Locke was an English philosopher, physician, and political theorist crowned as the father of liberalism. His contributions to philosophy range from metaphysics, epistemology, and political philosophy. He applied concepts such as tabula rasa, the psychological continuity approach, and representative government into modern teachings throughout the mastered fields. Locke was born into a Puritan family at the dawn of the English Civil War. His father was a lawyer who served as captain in the cavalry for the parliamentarians, raising Locke to be in a climate that allowed him to gain a higher education and form a disdain for the king's undisputed divine right to rule. In his late teen years, Locke would graduate as exceptional student in Westminster School, which would lead him into the Christ Church College at Oxford. Although he followed the school's curriculum following philosophers such as Aristotle, Locke found himself independently reading the works of more modern thinkers, such as René Descartes, where he will form later theories of his own. Locke pioneered what psychologists now call the psychological continuity approach, in which the identity of an individual is determined not by physical continuity, but rather the accumulation of memories, beliefs, and desires within the individual's mind. In his essay of Human Understanding, Locke argues, "We must consider what a person stands for, which I think is a thinking, intelligent being that has reason and reflection, and can consider itself as itself, the same thinking thing in different times and places." Locke imagined the mind at birth to be equivalent to a tabula rasa, or blank slate. He explained that experience is all it takes to furnish mind with knowledge. Knowledge, according to Locke, can be divided into simple and complex ideas. Simple ideas, the basic elements of knowledge, are basic and divisible. Meanwhile, complex ideas are divisible. Complex ideas are more advanced clusters of simple ideas formed by the mind. They can be formed by either multiple simple ideas or complex impressions. John Locke rejected absolute monarchy. His most respected written work, the two treatises of government, questioned the limits to which an absolute monarch could overstep into his citizens' natural rights. He described his stance on the famous quote, "Life, liberty, and property." Property, as Locke puts it, are the goods of nature that God gave us in common to fulfill our basic needs and survival. Things like water, crops, and cattle could be considered property, and they were throughout human history. Society continued to develop with having the money to extend the qualifications of property, to include what we improve through our labor. Even if one doesn't have property, does not mean that they are no longer under protection of the law. They just do not have a hand in determining said laws. The key aspect is that society has the ability to govern themselves and their goods while still submitting few rights to a higher government in exchange for order. The individual holds the real power of governance. If a branch of government becomes vulnerable to corruption, the people have the right to institute a better body that serves society's needs for more honesty.